The WTA Doha final is here, and what a final we have on our hands. Jelena Ostapenko versus Amanda Anisimova, who will win their first Masters 1000 title in this blockbuster and extremely powerful hitting encounter. Before we get into it, remember to hit that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating or review if you are listening on a podcast platform. Thank you to all our subscribers. You guys are legends for getting involved as always. Okay, so let's get into this then. The head-to-head is 1-0 in favour of Ostapenko. Interestingly, it was a match 3 years ago in Doha when Ostapenko came out on top, winning in 3 sets. Both players are unseeded, but it doesn't make this any less entertaining. Both players possess extremely good ball hitting quality, and they've been playing some incredible tennis, racking up some big wins throughout this whole tournament. For Ostapenko, well, she extended her head-to-head lead versus Iga Swiatek, the number 2 player in the world, to 5-0. She's never lost to the pole, and it seems that Iga's kryptonite is Jelena. The Latvian has not dropped a single set the whole tournament, and interestingly, she dropped only 4 games versus Iga Swiatek, which was a complete dismantling, and she did the same against Ons Jabeur and Jasmine Paolini, who are top players as well. I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, incredible form from her, and she'll be looking to continue that into the final. 128 winners over 5 matches so far in the tournament is an astounding stat. Absolutely astounding. I can barely get my words out just thinking about how incredible that is. That's more than 25 winners per match on average. I mean, unreal. I don't have enough superlatives to talk about how that stat is mind-blowing. It's her first Masters final in nearly 7 years since she made the final in Miami, and is looking to capture her first Masters title. For Anisimova, well, she stepped away from tennis in 2023 due to mental fatigue, and she was actually ranked outside the top 300 in the world when she came back. She had a pretty solid 2024, which included the biggest high of reaching the Montreal Masters final, which was a big plus of Canadian Open final because it switches, of course, location each year. And she lost to Jessica Pegula in 3 sets, and she'll be looking to right the wrong of that and get that Masters 1000 title under her belt. She'll also be looking to win her first, not just Masters title, but I think it's fair to say, not just the biggest title of her career, but the biggest win of her career. She's had some impressive wins already over inform and Alexandrova, who won WTA Linz, and also Paula Badosa, who had a very good Australian Open run, made the semi-finals, and it was Anisimova who stopped her in her tracks. So, we've talked about what's on the line and what it will mean to both players, of course. One of these players will be propelled into the top 20 in the world, which is going to be incredible to see. The keys to winning, well, there's a few things here. Both players, as I said, are extremely big hitters from the back of the court. I think Ostapenko arguably hits actually a bigger ball than even Anisimova, despite Anisimova possessing extremely potent power and ball hitting quality. But I also do think Anisimova has slightly better ball tolerance. That's not to say that she's got the ball tolerance of an Iga or even a Coco, but I do think her ball tolerance is slightly better. I also think she will handle the pace of Jelena better than Iga did. Iga got very rushed from the back of the court. I think Anisimova will be able to use that pace to deflect it and also potentially add some more pace of her own. What's going to be interesting, I think, to me, is who's going to play the best first strike tennis. And that's not just off the serve and return, but the serve and return in their own right. We saw against Swiatek with Ostapenko that her serve was very potent. She was getting a lot of success from that first serve when it was being made, and she was causing damage with the serve, on top of also hitting a lot of very damaging returns throughout the whole match. Hit 7 return winners over 2 sets, which is pretty good, I have to say. And she just constantly applied the pressure on Iga. And for Anisimova, she's going to have to bear that in mind. She's got a better second serve, I would say, than Iga Swiatek. However, Ostapenko will still stand in. She'll still take it early, and she'll try and attack that Anisimova second serve and go deep at the feet of the American, or go for the winner, line or cross. What's interesting, and what we didn't really see from Swiatek throughout the match versus Ostapenko, but I think Anisimova could do, because she's got a pretty good kick serve off her second serve, is actually go into the body. I think that's a really good tactic to utilize. If you don't give Ostapenko the room to free her arms, it's going to be difficult to hit a hyper-aggressive return off that. And that's going to be key, because Anisimova doesn't want to be playing defense, neither does Ostapenko. So the real key to winning this match is going to be who can dictate in the points the most, who's able to be on the front foot from the word go. And more often than not, I think the person who's on the front foot right from the very start of the point is going to win the majority of points throughout this match and win the match, because that's not just the case in this match, but generally in tennis, full stop. But I think especially when you have 2 players who are extremely powerful players, I think it's even more important that the shots that come under or before the 4th shot of a rally are going to be almost crucial to the outcome of this match and this final. One thing that I did notice, though, from Ostapenko was some second serve jitters. She served quite a few double faults against Swiatek, especially in the second set. And that, to me, painted a bit of nerves, potentially, but also, I think, just a dip in that serving level. She's been known to fluctuate wildly in level, even during matches. I think I've seen matches where she's bageled someone, then got bageled herself, and then it's gone to 3 sets, which is crazy. And she needs to stay locked in. The big thing is going to be motivation. She will just come off the high of beating Swiatek as well. And can she carry on that one step further? For Anisimova, I think Ostapenko, as I said, is going to attack the second serve. But if she's clever, she'll go to the body and try and restrict her as much as possible on that second serve return. But I also think for Anisimova, it's important that she not just makes the first serve, but hits the spots as well. Ostapenko, we saw just tearing apart Swiatek's serve time and time again. And if I was Anisimova, I'd look at that and think, what do I need to do? And that doesn't necessarily mean serving bigger and into corners. It could just mean hitting a really effective slice serve out wide from the juice side, coming forward, potentially taking on the drive volley or the volley. Because I think it's very important, if you're Anisimova, you know that you've got a little bit more variety than Ostapenko, so you utilize that to the best of your advantage. Her serve's going to be key as well. She's got a big serve. She needs to make sure she's making that first serve, then also playing off it aggressively to make sure that she is on the front foot as much as possible. In terms of other bits to bear in mind, I mean, we saw Kostyuk utilize a drop shot very effectively against Anisimova. I'm not sure Ostapenko will utilize it to the same degree. But a bit of variety from either player is going to go a long way in this type of matchup as well. I think tennis IQ is going to be the winner when it comes to this type of match. In terms of who I think is going to win, I'm going to go with, Ostapenko in 3 very entertaining sets. Let me know in the comment section below who you picked and why. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well.